All right, guys, we're looking at the constant of proportionality. Now, this is really similar to the constant rate of change, except it's slightly more specific because it only works for proportional relationships. Now, remember, a proportion is two ratios that are equal to each other. So that means that we're going to have a constant ratio between the x and the y values. All right, so the definition here says that if there is a proportional relationship between x and y, you can describe that relationship using the equation y equals kx. Remember that means k times x because they're right next to each other. The variable k is called the constant of proportionality, and it represents the constant rate of change or constant ratio between x and y. The value of k is represented by the equation k equals y divided by x. All right, so our job here is to look at this data table and see if it has a proportional relationship. And the way that we do that is by using the equation k equals y over x. So we're going to take each y value and divide it by the x value, and that'll get us the constant rate of change, or the constant ratio. All right, and then if they're all the same, we'll have a constant of proportionality because each ratio has to be equal to each other. So let's start with the first one. We have y over x, so that would be 2 divided by 1. Now if you simplify that down, 2 divided by 1 gives you 2. So if this table is proportional, we should get 2 every single time. All right, let's check the next one. Y over x is 6 over 3, which gives you 2. We have 18 over 9, and 18 divided by 9 is 2. And then we have 10 divided by 5, which again gives you 2. So here the constant of proportionality would be 2. All right, let's look at the next table. We've got y over x. Remember, to find the constant of proportionality, you have to use y over x. People tend to flip that around and put the x over the y, but remember your formula says it's y over x. So here we have 6 over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we should get 3 every time, and if we don't, then it's not proportional. All right, what about 12 over 4? 12 divided by 4 is 3, so those match up. 24 divided by 8 is 3, and 21 divided by 6. I know that 21 divided by 6 is not 3, because 18 divided by 6 gives us 3, and 21 is not 18. So I know that this is going to be a not proportional relationship because I did not get the same number every time when I was looking for the constant of proportionality. All right, scrolling down. Ooh, moving things around. All right, I got some tables here, and I wanted to show you what it looks like, or graphs. I wanted to show you what it looks like on these graphs. It says for a graph to be a proportional relationship, it must show a straight line that goes through the origin. So let's look if I drew a line through these points here. My lines have been awful lately. All right, I have a straight line, but it doesn't go through the origin. Remember that the origin is this point 0, 0 right here. So the line would have to go through that point. Well, it doesn't. So I know that this graph is not proportional. All right, if we look at the one over here on the right, if I draw a line through my points, it gives me a straight line that goes through the point 0, 0. So I know that one is proportional. All right, if we're looking for the constant of proportionality, you would find a couple of the points and again do y over x. So if I pick this point right here, the coordinates are 1, 40. So if I set that up y over x, that would be 40 over 1, which is 40. Now pick another point. This would be the point 2, 50. All right, if I did y over x, that would be 50 over 2, which is 25. You see how those are not the same, so they're not proportional. Okay, here I've got the point 1, 40, which again, 40 over 1 would be 40. All right, let's pick another point. I'm going to pick this one right here. Okay, I don't want this one because that gives us 1.5, and that's nasty. I don't want to deal with 1.5. But if I pick this point here, that's the point to 80. So I can do 80 over 2, which gives us 40. So both of these points on the line, I would get 40 when I do y over x. So my constant of proportionality here would be 40. And that's how you find constant of proportionality.